Imagine hiking through a quiet valley. When you discover the burned body of a woman, there are no identification papers, no family searching for her, no missing person report that matches. Only coded notes, multiple fake identities, suitcases hidden across the city, and a mystery that has haunted investigators for more than 50 years. Who was she? A spy, a criminal, a runaway, or simply someone who wanted to disappear? This is the story of the Isdal Woman, one of the most baffling unsolved mysteries in modern history. On November 29, 1970, two hikers entered Isdalen Valley near Bergen, Norway. What they found would shock the entire country. Hidden among the rocks lay the burned body of an unidentified woman. Around her were unusual personal belongings, many of them deliberately damaged or destroyed. From the very beginning, nothing about the case made sense. Investigators searched the area carefully. They discovered remnants of clothing, burned possessions, empty bottles that had contained sleeping pills, and evidence suggesting someone had tried to erase the woman's identity. It didn't look like an ordinary death. It looked carefully planned. The biggest mystery wasn't how she died. It was who she was. There was no passport, no driver's license, no family photographs, no letters revealing her past. Even the labels had been removed from many of her clothes. It was as though someone wanted to make sure she could never be identified. Soon, police made another remarkable discovery. Suitcases connected to the woman were recovered. Inside were wigs, clothing, maps, sunglasses, and coded notes listing dates and locations. The notes didn't read like a tourist's travel diary. They looked more like records kept by someone living a secret life. As investigators traced her movements, an extraordinary pattern emerged. The woman had traveled across Europe using different names. She checked into hotels under various identities, sometimes changing her appearance, sometimes changing her hairstyle, sometimes changing both. Why would an ordinary traveler need so many identities? That question changed the investigation forever. Naturally, one theory quickly dominated public imagination: espionage. The Cold War was at its height. Europe was filled with intelligence operations, double agents, secret surveillance, and hidden networks. Was the Isdal Woman part of that world? Some investigators believed it was possible, but proving it proved far more difficult. The autopsy raised even more questions. Investigators found evidence that she had been exposed to carbon monoxide. Prescription drugs were also present in her system, yet the exact circumstances surrounding her death remained unclear. Accident, suicide, murder. Even today, no single explanation satisfies every piece of evidence. Every new discovery suggested careful planning. Fake names, untraceable belongings, destroyed labels, no obvious connections. She moved through Europe almost like a ghost. Someone had gone to extraordinary lengths to hide her true identity. The question was, why? Police interviewed witnesses, tracked hotel records, examined travel routes, collected forensic evidence, yet every lead eventually reached a dead end. Without knowing who she was, understanding why she died became almost impossible. Some researchers believe the political climate of the era may explain the mystery. The early 1970s were marked by intelligence operations across Europe, military technology, strategic research, international surveillance. Whether the Isdal Woman had any connection remains unproven, but the possibility continues to fuel speculation. Decades later, the case received renewed attention. Advances in forensic science, DNA analysis, digital records, facial reconstruction. Researchers hoped modern technology might finally reveal her identity. Some new clues emerged, but the central mystery survived. Most unsolved crimes begin with a victim. This case begins with a question: who was she? Everything else depends on that answer. Without an identity, there is no history, no motive, no clear suspect. It's like trying to solve a novel after someone removed the first half of the story. The Isdal Woman case offers remarkable lessons in storytelling. Mystery begins with unanswered questions. Small details create enormous intrigue. Hidden identities are more powerful than obvious villains. Atmosphere can be just as compelling as action. Sometimes, not knowing is what keeps a story alive. More than 50 years have passed, yet investigators, journalists, historians, and ordinary people continue searching for answers. The Isdal Woman has inspired documentaries, books, podcasts, and countless independent investigations, not because the mystery has been solved, but because it hasn't. Imagine living an entire life, traveling across countries, meeting countless people, and then disappearing without anyone knowing your real name. No family comes forward, no friends recognize you, no records explain your existence. It's one of the loneliest mysteries imaginable. The Isdal Woman remains one of Europe's greatest unsolved mysteries. A woman without a name, a journey without a destination, a death without answers, and a case that continues to challenge investigators more than half a century later. Perhaps one day, new technology, or one forgotten clue, will finally reveal who she really was. Until then, she remains history's most mysterious traveler. If you enjoyed true crime, unsolved mysteries, criminal psychology, and historical investigations, subscribe, because some mysteries aren't forgotten by history. They're simply waiting for the moment someone finally uncovers the truth.